Welcome to Rouge in Review. It's where glam meets generation gap in the best way possible. Hosted by Mom and her son Matti. Mother-son duo brings 40 years of perspective to the worlds of fashion, beauty, and everything in between. Expect laughs, lipstick, a little drama, and a whole lot of heart.
Hi, welcome to Rouge and Review. I'm Matti, or Diva, but today I'm dressed as Liza, with a Z, of course. And we
Queen.
have...
Or Mom.
And today we will be talking about the 78th Tony Awards. Now, Cynthia Erivo opened the show with a fabulous opening performance. And she went into the audience and she had some people sing. It was fabulous. Kristen Chenoweth sang. Adam Lambert took us to church. It was amazing. There was a gospel choir. Some people you knew from school were there. It was amazing. Okay. And then we have Sarah Snook. And she won the Tony for Best Actress in a Play. And she was in A Picture of Dorian Gray. And she's just fabulous because it's a one-woman show and she's changing into all these characters and it's ravishing, really.
I know her from Succession. Snook.
It's Snook.
I know
Snook.
Sarah
Snook
from
She's
Succession,
Australian.
which
Snook.
was a very good show. It was on many seasons, and I had no idea that she had an Australian accent because we never heard it while she was acting.
Okay, well, I don't know who Succession is, but The Picture of Dorian Gray. And then we had a performance from Death Becomes Her, a movie musical, and Megan Hilty performed for the gays. It was quite fabulous. Mom's rating was an 8. Do you still concur with that rating?
I still take that rating for what I gave it. I thought it was gays like G-A-Y-S, but you informed me that it was gays G-A-Z.
No, it's gays is the play on words. Eventually, about halfway through the song, the lyrics change to G-A-Z-E
Oh, they do.
to G-A-Y-S. But it's mostly like gays because, like, they're vain and they want to stay forever young and they take a potion and it's the whole thing. Watch the movie. It's an amazing movie with Meryl Streep. I gave it an 8.75 out of 10. I thought it was fabulous. She could have done the option up on certain matinees, but we get what we can get. And she is currently out of Death Becomes Her, resting her vocalis muscles. So, you do you, Megan. We will be seeing that June 25th without Megan Hilty. A matinee. A matinee.
Just like
See what I
our
did there?
little
See what I did there?
Matty. Nay.
Nay, never. But I'm also wearing my thespian pin because this is a thespian thing. The Tony Awards. Ooh, yeah. Thespian. The International Thespian Society, as I am a member. Next we had the Buena Vista Social Club performed. I thought it was very good, but it could have been more showbiz. It could have been more extravagant. Costumes could have been more sparkly or more colorful. But I understand that it's supposed to be, like, in real life, this is what you're seeing in a Buena Vista Social Club back then. The lead singer was good, but some of the high notes were a bit interesting. Overall, I gave it a 5 out of 5, 5.5 out of 10, and Mom gave it a 7.
Candela? Is that what the song was that was performed? Yeah.
Yes, Candela.
Candela. And I believe the woman that performed that actually won a Tony. Hold on.
She did. Natalie Venetia
for best performance
Belcom.
by an actress in a featured role in a musical. And that is her name.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Thank you.
Yes, and she was also in Rent. She has been in many other things. She looked fabulous. Her outfit she was dressed to the nines. She looked great. And she was also in something else. Oh, Avenue Q.
Okay.
She was in Avenue
Good to
Q
know.
as well. 2 very important musicals to the Broadway community because Avenue Q beat out Wicked in the Tony Awards in the early 2000s. So that was a big upset, but now we have Wicked the movie with Cynthia Erivo, our fabulous Tony Award host. Going backwards, so you got me all messed up. Then Justin Time performed. Nope.
Groff.
Jonathan Golf.
Groff.
Jonathan Groff. Yes, our favorite little water hose. He just spits everywhere.
I did not know that that was a thing, but when Cynthia announced him, she was up in the balcony and she said because that was the best place to see him because he is a spitter when he performs.
Yeah, you're not in the splash zone, but hey, if you want to get wet, I mean, there's the place to do it. Go front row. Jonathan Groff will get you nice and wet.
I
There
really
you
do
go.
like him. I liked his performance in this. I loved him as the king in Hamilton. I like him. I like him. Yeah.
He's a very talented performer. We'll come back to the
Okay.
King in Hamilton later, though, because he performed
Let's
two
hear it.
numbers in this
He was nominated for a
Tony
couple things too,
Awards.
right?
Yeah, and he won. Let me look at my. Yeah, he won nothing,
He
but
didn't win
he's very
anything. You're
talented.
right. Okay.
He's very
Maybe next
talented.
year.
Yeah, I gave it a 6.75, and Mom gave it a 5.
Yeah.
Overall, good performance, but I couldn't hear him at some parts, and he performed a medley including Mac the Knife, That's All, and Once
Yes.
in a Lifetime. The next thing that happened, Glenn Close introduced Nicole Scherzinger. I think she looks fabulous. I mean, she's getting up there in age, but she still looks freaking great, and her outfit was amazing. She looks great. And she was the original Norma Desmond on Broadway. Not the original Norma Desmond, because that was Patti LuPone, and there was the whole Andrew Lloyd Webber memorial swimming pool drama.
Okay.
But we're not going to get into that. Anyways, Nicole Scherzinger performed As If We've Never Said Goodbye. I think it was really good, but she was a bit like performative. I feel like she wasn't the character. It was more Nicole Scherzinger playing a character than the character just being there raw on the stage for us. You gave it a 8. I gave it a 7.2. And we did time when she sings I've Come Home at Last, the home note. It was 14.20 seconds. She held that
did.
shit for a long time. A long time. That's not what's written. As a theater purist, that is
I will
not
have to
what's
say,
written.
I think you were a little rough on Nicole Scherzinger because I know of your love of Patti LuPone, and in your eyes, Patty can do no wrong. So I don't think Nicole
She does wrong. She's done
I
wrong.
don't
She's
think
done lots
Nicole
of wrong, but
Scherzinger had a shot to get this one, in your opinion. I think you were a little rough on her. I thought her performance was fabulous. I thought she gave it everything she had. I thought her hitting that note and being on that Tony stage. And by the way, she did win the Tony for her performance. Well, I'm just
we'll get
mentioning it
back to
now
that.
because I thought she deserved it.
Yeah. Yeah, she looked good. She had nails on, which to me doesn't really make sense because Norma Desmond, the character, she's like very cut off from the rest of the world. She's a rich, the I didn't get smaller, the pictures did, but she's very secluded from the rest of the world. And it doesn't make sense for her to have like gel nails or acrylic nails. I feel like she maybe would do a polish because she wants her to always look her best, but how is she getting these
Okay.
nails done? Like, doesn't make sense for Norma Desmond. And she also did the Parkinson's hands on some of the notes where she's just like, I don't know, maybe
I think
she's
she was
getting a little
feeling it.
excited. I don't know.
She was showing her emotion.
Yeah, and if you've ever watched Drag Race, Pearl, the drag queen, they used to call it the Pearl Smash because she would use her arms a lot. Instead of dancing around the stage, she would just lots of arm movements. I would say this performance was a bit of a Pearl Smash. Like, during the home, she like raised her eyebrows, like, look at me, guys. But honestly, I don't blame her because if I was on the Tony Award stage and I was holding a note for 14.20 seconds, I'd be like, look at me, guys. But she did a good job.
Okay.
Good job, Nicole. We already talked about Natalie Venetia Bergon. And in her speech, she mentioned that
Oh, Natalie
she loves
did,
Jason
yes.
Momoa.
And who doesn't love Jason Momoa?
I mean, who doesn't? Jason Momoa. He's quite a hunk. Next, we saw a performance from Pirates, the Penzance musical, and someone from my homeschool was actually
Performing on
there.
stage.
Yes, performing on the Tony stage in Radio City as an ensemble member. They performed We Sailed the Ocean Blue and Washboards. But the interesting thing about Pirates, the Penzance musical, it's a mashup of all the Gilbert and Sullivan works, or popular Gilbert and Sullivan works, because I'm pretty sure all of Gilbert and Sullivan's works are like uncopyrighted and like free domain at this point because they've been passed for so long. So this show incorporates things from The Mikado, Iolanthe, and HMS Pinafore, and specifically We Sailed the Ocean Blue is literally the title of a Pinafore song. And I think it was a fabulous way to incorporate it and to revitalize old works and to make it into something new. Jinx Monsoon, the first ever drag queen from Drag Race to perform on the Tony Award stage. Good for you, Jinx. And I give the performance a 7 out of 10.
I gave
Mom, what
you
do you give
my
it?
score. Don't you have it written down?
Oh, yes. You gave it a 7.
Yes, we did.
We gave it the same score. The only thing I didn't like about this was Jinx messed up the words, but I mean, it kind of works because she says right after, I guess that I'm a Jinx, because it kind of works for her character. Whatever. Good for you, Jinx. Proud of you. Drag queens need to be represented as not just comedic characters and more influential roles in Broadway, because Jinx isn't playing a drag queen in Pirates. Jinx is playing a woman, and it's not like a satirized character. It's a serious part. I mean, the whole show is a comedy, but like, it's not like, oh look, this is a person dressed up as a woman. No, this is the character. Next, there were Purpose won the Pulitzer Prize, and English
Actually, before
won
you
the
go to that,
Pulitzer
you had
Prize.
told me something interesting as we were watching it about the Pirates, that you had performed one of those songs at your winter showcase, I believe, at school.
I've performed. Well, we did selections from Pirates of Penzance, and we also, freshman year, we did selections from HMS Pinafore. So we did perform We Sail the Ocean Blue and Modern Major General, which, like, what was his name? The guy who's playing Modern Major General. Yeah, we performed that song because we did selections from Pirates.
Do you want to give us a couple little
Just the
notes of that
incorporation.
song?
I'm not sure how copyrighted it is right now because it's on Broadway, so I'm too scared
Give
to
us a
do
couple
that.
notes.
We sail the ocean blue, and our saucy ship's a beauty. We're sober men and true, and attentive to our duty.
That's good. I like it.
That's all you're getting.
Thank you. Hopefully we don't get copyrighted.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I really hope we don't get copyrighted.
Wait, so did you sing that as
terrible.
Liza with a Z? Or was it Matti?
Liza with a Z.
E.
That was Matti. Matti E. Matti with
never
an
know
E,
who
of
I'm
course.
getting here.
MATT.the-I. No, I don't know what Liza would sound like singing Gilbert and Sullivan.
All right, so what were you going to do next?
And I don't think it's the best episode to release that monster. Purpose won the best play, but I was talking about English. They were introducing like the nominations for best play, and these were the ones that won the Pulitzer Prize for drama. Purpose and English both won the Pulitzer Prize for drama. English was about the 2017 travel ban against Muslims. So I think it was a little robbed at the Tonys. I think that should have won, but I'm not on that.
And what
committee,
was Purpose
so
about? Do you know?
I
don't have any idea.
It was about a group of people and a bunch of generations in like a household, and their definition of what purpose is, and them figuring out what purpose means to them. I mean, what their purpose is and where they fit in the world. So I both think they're very important pieces, but Purpose won. Maybe Happy Ending performed after that. They performed Chasing Fireflies, which is an orchestral piece, and then they performed Never Fly Away. And Des Duran was on stage playing a firefly, which I thought was fabulous. I don't know if he does that in the show, but it was great. Des Duran is also from The Voice.
I didn't know that.
I don't know if you guys watch The Voice. I don't watch The Voice, but I do know he's from The Voice, and he sings some good songs like I think A Sentimental Person. I think that's what it's called. For Maybe Happy Ending. Okay. Very good song. Give it a listen. But they performed Never Fly Away and The Chasing Fireflies. It made me tear up a little bit. Yeah. You gave it a 4.
I didn't love it.
Yes, it did. Yeah, I liked it. It was very raw and honest, and it brought me back to like older Broadway show tunes of the Porter and like the Berlin. More like Berlin and like Gershwin era, but like it's more of a jazzy, like calm piece. But it's raw and emotional, and like it's a love story. They're robots, which is fun. And yeah, you did not get that part.
I did not. Okay. No.
Yeah, they're robots. Yeah. I gave it an 8. Good job. It actually
won a couple things. A lot of things, actually.
Yeah. It won. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it won on 6 Tonys.
The Tonys really liked it. Yeah. Okay.
Well deserving. Yeah, because it's something new. They haven't really gotten like a good jazz musical in a long time. So, and it was originally opened in Korea, and like I could only find like 2 songs on Apple Music that were available, but they were all in Korean. It was just the 2 songs from the original Korean production. It's the same thing, just translated to English, but I guess they added more songs to build upon it. Not quite sure, but it's very amazing. And it was I'm trying to remember her name. The actress who plays the lead in Maybe Happy Ending. It was her Broadway debut.
Good for
This is her
her.
Broadway debut. Yes. Next performance was, let me make sure I'm not skipping a page. I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
Floyd Collins. I think it was very believable that he was in a hole. I believed he was digging in a hole and his family could not get him and he was in a hole. He was searching for that gold in that hole. I believed it.
What'd you
Good
give
job,
it?
Jeremy Jordan. I gave it a 7.5 and you gave it a 7. They performed The Ballad of Floyd Collins and The Call.
Yeah.
Overall,
I
pretty
agree.
good.
I mean, I definitely agree.
Best revival of a play went to Eureka Day. I think Our Town or Yellowface would have been more deserving because they're more pieces that are reworked. Well, not Yellowface, but Our Town is a reworked piece and it's more inclusive in this production. But Yellowface is also a reworked piece and it's just speaking to this generation and the times that we live in now. So I think either of those might have been better, like potential winners, but again, I'm not on
No,
that
you're
committee.
not
So.
yet. I'm sure you're going to be on there. You're going to be on that committee.
Not yet. We'll see about that. Hamilton performed next, celebrating their 10-year anniversary. The original company performed. You gave it a 9. I gave it an 8.5. I don't know if you know why this performance was talked about a lot online.
I
Do you know
don't.
why? They all symbolically, the whole cast symbolically wore
No, they
red.
wore black.
I mean, no,
Okay.
symbolically wore
They wore
black.
black.
I'm getting there.
I noted that they wore black. I did note that, except for Jonathan
Yes.
Groff came out in red.
The king. Yes, they all wore black, and the choreography was not exactly the same as in the original production. It was brought down to like a simpler, almost like more monotone. I don't know if that's a word to describe
Okay.
choreography, but that's what I'm using. Like dimmer version of the choreography.
Was it a political
And
protest?
when the king,
See, I did
it
not know
was.
that. I did not listen. I will
And
say that I did note that they were all wearing black, and that's one of the things I didn't like, that they weren't in their original costumes. And I did note that the king was wearing red because it was the mashup of the songs. That's why I thought the choreography was not as intense as it normally is. Listen, that makes sense what you're saying.
yeah, and the king wore red, and he didn't sing like any of the lyrics to his actual song. He just sang like the gibberish portion of his song, which is an ode to some of the leaders in our country and spewing
Gibberish.
some falsehoods and
Okay.
craziness. Gibberish. Yes. So that is why that happened with Hamilton.
Thank you for
think it was very good.
educating myself because, like I said, I had no idea.
You're welcome. And the best direction of a play went to Sam Pinkleton for Oh Mary, which I think is well deserved because that is a very good production that I would like to see. Based on, I can't even say based on because majority of the stuff in Oh Mary is completely made up. But it's about Mary Todd Lincoln and she's supposed to be an alcoholic and a cabaret performer, and what if Abraham Lincoln dying was the best thing for Mary Todd Lincoln. So it's an interesting work by Cola Scola, who wrote it and stars in it.
I did not.
And we'll get back
I did
to
not
Cola
know Cola
Scola.
Scola wrote it. I just knew that.
Yes,
I did not
they
know
wrote
that
it.
they wrote it. That's.
Mm-hmm.
I'm even more impressed
Yes.
now. Okay.
Yes, they wrote it and they starred in it. They were just thinking, what's some crazy stuff that I can put together? I don't know. I don't know what their idea for Oh Mary was, but it works because tickets are selling and I don't think it's leaving anytime soon.
What did you think of Cola Scola's Tony Award outfit that he was wearing?
I think their ode to Bernadette Peters.
You're right. You said it was an ode to Bernadette Peters. Yes.
Yeah, it was an ode to Bernadette Peters. I think it was fabulous. Like if I were to be going to the Tonys, I'd probably do like
Let
an
me
ode
guess.
to like
Patty LaPone,
Ryan LaPone,
or Liza with
or
a
like
Z.
Elaine Stritch, or Ethel Merman, or Audra, or Carol, or just looking at my wall here. I mean, or
so
Cheetah Rivera.
Okay.
I mean, any of the greats.
Okay.
An ode to one of the greats. Whatever
It's
matched
funny
my show the
because
best.
when I saw them in the dress, I was like, the dress is stunning, the hair is fabulous, but the chest hair is where you lost me. And you told me Bernadette commented on it.
Bernadette was like, I love the dress, it's fabulous, but when I wore it, I arranged my chest hairs in a different fashion. She's something else, that Bernadette. Mrs. Peters, what can we say? And then after that, Sarah Bareilles and Cynthia Erivo sang The Sun Will Come Out Tomorrow for the In Memoriam section of the Tonys. And we lost a lot of great people this year and last year, and they will be missed. But their legacy lives on through their work.
Amen.
I'm trying
Dead
to
Outlaws
read
next.
my thing. Okay, call it.
Yeah, after Sarah
Nuh-uh.
Bareilles, it was Dead Outlaw.
Yeah, but Cola
Okay,
Scola
yes, Cola
won
Scola
an
did
award
win an
first.
award.
Best.
Performance.
I'm trying to figure out performance of a actor in a lead role in a revival. I just
No,
had
it's
letters.
best
I had to
performance
figure
by
out
an
what that
actor
said.
in a leading role in a play.
Well, that's what that is. I don't know what the hell I wrote.
And also in that category
I wrote like
was George
hieroglyphics.
Clooney, John Michael Hill, Daniel
Mhm.
Day Kim, Harry
And Daniel Day
Lennox,
Kim.
and Lewis McCartney for Stranger Things.
Yeah, I think Cole's speech was great, and I like that they shouted out
Oh my God,
T-Bomb
that
from
was
Grindr. I thought that
so
was pretty
funny. I
funny.
thought that was hysterical.
That was funny. Yeah,
No,
I
it was
don't know if
T-Bone.
T-Bomb
Wasn't it
asked to be
T-Bone?
shouted out.
I think it was.
One or the
I
other.
think it was
T
T-Bone.
something. T somebody from Grindr, I think, wanted to be shouted out if Cole won
I
that
don't think
Tony.
Cole shouted
And
out his mother. And may I just say that if you're up there on that
there.
Tony stage, please shout out to your mom, Matti. If you,
I feel like it's a
no,
given.
you gotta say it, Matti
Okay.
with an I.
Well, if I ever do forget, whoopsies.
Okay.
I doubt I'll ever forget, though. Next was Dead Outlaw. They performed the opening ballad and Dead. You gave it a 7. I gave it a 5. The first part where they were like laying down and like they were just like singing those little songs, it reminded me of like
Yeah, the first
Brokeback
part wasn't
Mountain.
as good.
So honestly, I like the first part better. The second part, I don't know. It was very in your face. I felt like I was gonna get hate crimed. I didn't like it. I was kind of scared, but it was entertaining, I guess, for someone.
Okay.
Not me. Next. I have Blue Lights. I have my Red Barbie. Gypsy. This is the 6th production of Gypsy to ever be on Broadway. The first production was in 1959, starring Ethel Merman. The second, Angela Lansbury in 1974. The third, Tyne Daly in 1989. The fourth, Bernadette Peters in 2003. And Patti LuPone in 2008. Mr. McDonald performed Rose's Turn, and I gave her a 10 out of 10. I have no notes. It's fabulous. It was raw. It was emotional. I was crying. It was everything I needed and more. Mom gave it a 9 because explain
I'm
why it
not
was a
giving
9.
it a 10 on any Tony or Broadway performance until you are on Broadway. Sorry. That's okay.
I will take
that's
that.
where I stand. That's where I
I
stand.
ain't complaining. Sorry, Audra.
Sorry, Patty.
Also, that hip thrust, I'm going to be doing that every day. I love that. That was fabulous. And Chess will be coming soon with Aaron Tveit and Leah Michelle. Yes, Chess is coming back to Broadway. So I'm excited for that. Probably won't see it, but I'm excited. Good for you, Aaron Tveit and Leah Michelle. Won't be seeing it though. Best revival of musical went to Sunset Boulevard. I can understand this because they really reworked Sunset Boulevard from the original production where it was very like big sets and everything, and this is more like of a raw production of more like the madness of Norma Desmond instead of just like let's like sing a song, we're on Sunset Boulevard, and then oh we're at this crazy lady's house, oh we're falling in love, no we're not, oh maybe we are, it's New Year's Eve, woohoo. This is a different working of the production, which I think really works, which is why I think I'll allow it to win this Tony. After Cynthia Erivo was talking to Danielle Brooks, and Oprah was in front of them, and she said that we need to get a reunion for The Color Purple. And then Oprah was right in front of Danielle Brooks. Then there was a present underneath Oprah's seat, and it had some Haribo gummies and some Junior Mints and a car. Because Cynthia Erivo wanted to, you get a car, you get a car, you get a car to Oprah, which I think is amazing. Because who doesn't want to give Oprah a car? It was a toy car. She wants her to
produce The Color Purple again because they need another run of it, right?
Yeah, I mean it's been produced quite a few times, but they can always do a reunion concert at the Hollywood Bowl. They can do something. Yeah. We need more Color Purple. It's a story that needs to be told. It's an amazing story. It's amazing music. It's no notes for The Color
Okay,
Purple.
no notes for The Color Purple.
Operation Mincemeat was next, and they performed Born to Lead. I think this production was interesting because in one of their, like, I forget who won the award. Someone won an award from Operation Mincemeat, and they mentioned how in the show they play a woman, I
So the
think her name is
best
Mildred,
performance by an actor,
but
Jack
like,
Malone won it in a featured role in a musical for Operation Mincemeat. Jack Malone.
there you go. Yeah, Jack Malone was saying, I think the character's
Mm-hmm.
name is Mildred or something, but Jack Malone does not identify as a woman, but every night audience feel that Jack Malone is a woman because Jack Malone's character is a woman, and they kind of move through the emotions of Jack Malone being a woman in this work environment with them, and it just helps to change the gender perception and the gender binaries that are thrust on to us from an early age. And theater is just ever changing people's perception of sexuality and gender identities and constructs and everything. And I think that's just amazing. So, Operation Mincemeat, the notes I gave were fun gender play. I couldn't understand the rap part because they started rapping at one point. It was kind of like a Hamilton-y rap, which I did enjoy, but I couldn't understand it. So I gave it a 6, and you gave it a 5.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
And the
I didn't get it.
well,
Like,
yes.
that's part of the problem. Sometimes it's like over my head and I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know what Operation Mincemeat's about. I don't know what a mincemeat operation is, but it's probably something historical. But also the guy that talked about a fighting trout, very campy, very funny. So the show is probably satirical. Go see a Broadway show. If you like funny, crazy, gender bent fun, go see
Okay.
this or like Pirates. Have fun. Let's see. Real Women Have Curves performed after this. You gave it an 8.5. I gave it a
They
9.
performed juggling.
I think it was just
Juggling.
amazing. Yeah, juggling. I think it was amazing. It was very catchy. The costumes were showbiz enough for me. Everything was good. Like, from the woman moving the thread, there wasn't thread there, but I believe there was, the way she was so precise in her movements of pulling that thread that was not there. But I believed it. And the choreography was fabulous, and I liked the humor in it. And it's just a very fun, upbeat song. And I think the show has a good story of real women have curves.
We do.
Because
Real women.
don't we all, honey? We all have curves.
You also gave an interesting take on who you think the new modern day Bob Mackie is.
Yes. Paul Tazwell.
Tell us a little about Paul.
He designed Cynthia Erivo's. Okay, so he designed Cynthia Erivo's purple dress at the end of the Tony Awards. And he also designed Janelle Monáe's Met Gala look this year. And he also designed the costumes for Hamilton and Wicked, the movie, and Death Becomes Her. And his style is very interesting, but some points I feel like it's of an old Mackie, like, not even Cher Mackie, but like, I think it was the Carol Burnett show. Sometimes Mackie design, yeah, I believe Bob Mackie designed for the Carol Burnett show at times. Um, but like just those big eccentric costumes, and Paul Tazwell does a really good job of showing like gender fluidity through costumes and clothing in Death Becomes Her with the ensemble,
And
which
he
I
won a
think is
Tony for
amazing.
that.
He did win. Yes, he did. He won the Tony for Best Costume
Yes.
in a Musical. Good job, Paul Tazwell. If you ever want to design anything for me,
There you
go for it. Lastly, we had Harvey Fierstein, who received a Lifetime Achievement Award. Harvey Fierstein has done a lot of work for the queer community, from Torch Song Trilogy to being in Hairspray and working on Hairspray to Kinky Boots to La Cage aux Folles, which is coming back to
Lincoln Center? No?
no City. It's going to be an Encore's production. No, because Lincoln
No.
Center
Okay.
is
All right. I gave
crazy
wrong
right now.
information.
Liberty Center, the City Center, something center.
A center someplace.
It's a center. A center someplace, probably New York. It's a New York center. Yeah, Lincoln Center's in Washington.
You sent it to me, so I'm gonna look while you're talking.
Okay, Harvey Fierstein, after explaining how, like, thank you for this work. He was like, don't make mommy cry, which I thought was fabulous because it's a line from Hairspray. And also, it's just like making jokes, which I always love some good humor. But at points, he did get serious and talk about, like, what it was like when he was working in the theater during the AIDS crisis and how when he finally found his community, it was the theater and they accepted him with open arms. And he held on and never let go. And that's kind of what I feel like with the theater community, where, and just arts in general, like, I've found my people and I'm latching onto them and I refuse to let go because these are my people, this is my tribe, and
Good for
I ain't going
you.
anywhere.
Own it. I mean, graduation's coming. Do you have a little preview of your graduation cap?
It is
All right.
downstairs. So, no. But it does say I Am What I Am, which is a song from Le Cage aux Folles, which was in my senior
Right.
thesis presentation, which is all about drag and musical theater.
Which is what your senior thesis presentation was all about, right?
That's what I just said, yeah.
Okay.
Miss Queen might need a hearing aid.
Maybe she does.
Anyways, good job, Harvey Firestein. We ended the night, maybe happy ending, won 6 Tony Awards. Buena Vista Social Club went home with 4. Stranger Things, whatever in the world that damn musical's called, like Stranger Things, The Darkness of the Night. What is that? I'm gonna find out what it's called. I think that's a copyrighted
I
interview.
stopped it immediately. It was a blip. It was just a blip.
Okay, well, the Stranger Things thing. Stranger Things: The First Shadow. There you go. They went home with 3 Tonys. Oh Mary went home with 2. Picture of Dorian Gray went home with 2. Purpose went home with 2. Sunset Boulevard went home with 3. Death Becomes Her went home with 1. Oh, now this is confusing to me because I wrote O-M-O-M. Operation Mincemeat. There you go. Went home with 1, which was Jackie Malone.
Yeah.
Or Jack Malone. Yellowface went home with 1. And I'm trying to figure out.
Maybe Happy Ending won the most, correct?
ED. Yes, it did. It did win the most Tonys. I'm just trying to figure out what ED stands for. Besides the medical term.
You've got to work on your shorthand, honey.
This, honey, I'm working on
Okay.
Eureka Day. See, I forgot it because I didn't care about it.
This is why I type my notes.
No, I'm an old lady. I like to write it down. We didn't have computers when I was growing up. We just had stereophonic sound. Yeah. So Eureka Day went home with 1 as well. Whether or not it was deserved.
Come on.
Whatever.
Don't be so snarky.
It's not up to me.
No, it's
not up to me. Exactly. Which is why I'm giving my opinion. The best actress in a musical or in a revival. No, it's just best performance by an actress in a leading role in a musical went to Nicole Scherzinger. Audra McDonald was robbed. There's no other way of putting it.
Harsh.
Robbed.
Okay.
Robbed. Nope. She was robbed.
How many does
She is the most decorated
Audra
woman.
McDonald have?
I believe 6. She could use a 7th because she's just that amazing and she deserves it. She deserves the recognition for her hard work that she put in for this production. It is a prolific production.
Prolific.
It was the first ever.
Woof.
Prolific.
That is an SAT word.
It was. Yeah. Open up your dictionary, diva, queen. No, it was a prolific production because they went all the way back to. Oh my god, what year was this? 1949? Probably 1959. But probably actually, no, 49. 59. The 1959 libretto. And they used all the original lyrics, all the original music, all the original orchestration, all the original lines. For Gypsy. Because the other revivals kind of changed things around a little bit, but they went all the way back to the original, the way it was.
When Ethel Merman did it.
Done when it was first made.
When Ethel Merman did it.
Yes, when Ethel Merman. Yeah, when she did it.
So now you're Ethel?
That was Ethel Merman.
Go back to Liza. Go back to Liza.
But, and this was the first time it was ever done with a mostly black cast featured in the main roles. Like, Mama Rose is played by Audra McDonald, a black woman. Joy Woods, who plays June, or no, that's not June. Louise, black woman. Like, the whole family is played by black people, and that's a prolific thing because it had never been done before. Almost like the Pearl Bailey production of Hello Dolly way back when, which was also a prolific production of Hello Dolly because it had never been done before. Like, this has never been done before. And Gypsy went home with how many Tonys? How many Tonys? Zero. Zero freaking
Okay, that's a problem.
Tonys. No Tonys. Not one. Not two. Not three.
Okay, we got it.
Zero.
All right.
That's messed up.
I hear it. All right.
Messed
I got
up. Tony Awards, don't PMO.
Don't PM. What does that
Don't
mean?
PMO. The youths know what I'm talking about.
I'm going to have to look it up.
Yeah. Queen needs to open up her geriatric to Gen Z dictionary.
It's Gen X to Gen Z. It's not geriatric. We looked that up already. I'm not geriatric. That's true. That's very true.
Anyways, the Tony Awards were fun. Wasn't that fun? Boop. Boop should have performed.
I want to see Boop. We're going to go see Boop. Okay?
That's also, it's a famous line. It's in the Broadway community right now. We should go see Boop.
Is that the famous line?
We should go see Boop. Yeah, we should go see Boop.
All right, we're going to go see Boop.
Yeah, we should go see Boop. We should all go see Gypsy. We should probably see Sunset Boulevard, but like, based on that Tony performance, I don't really want to see it because she kind of let me down.
She's leaving July 20th. She extended her stay until July 20th. No, we're not going to go see it. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, I'm not going to see you, Nicole, because we know what happens. You shoot the guy in the end, and
but maybe,
whatever.
Maybe our listeners didn't know.
Well, no, they know.
All right.
Deathly Concert, we will be seeing that.
Are we going to review that?
Let's just see
Are we going to review
everything.
that?
Yes, we will. Yes,
Okay.
we will. Maybe we'll get Jennifer Samard to come on the pod and talk with us. Probably not, but like she liked my Instagram story once, so who knows?
Possible. Well, listen, you are going.
Anything can happen in Rouge and Review.
Are you going to write us a jingle? I would like that. Could you write us a jingle? Could. Something jazzy, a little.
Can it be a tinkle?
What the hell is a tinkle?
Or a tingle?
A tingle? I said a jingle.
A tinkle. No. Jingle. Tinkle. Jingle. These are funny words.
Okay,
and I'm going
wrap
crazy.
This up?
So I think let's call it a night.
Wrap this up.
As Dolly Parton says, act like it's raining and always wear your rubbers. So we should wrap this up. And
please subscribe.
Have a fabulous night. This was Rouge and Review. Please subscribe, give us a 5-star review, and follow us on all of our social media platforms.
Thank you.
We love you very much, and ta-ta. Until next time. Isa!
No, you can't end it. We have to upload. It's still uploading. You can't end it. You can't end it.